Good morning, members of the Georgia General Assembly. Thank you for your time and your commitment to the students and educators across our great state. There's a number I cannot stop thinking about. Since the 2020 pandemic, screen time in classrooms has risen by 52%, and with it, learning and behavior challenges have followed. Based on a 2022 national survey, 88% of our educators said that student learning challenges and classroom disruptions and behaviors have increased with more screen time. My name is Courtney Walker, and I serve as the principal of Carrollton Elementary School, the largest elementary school in the state of Georgia. I'm here to propose a practical, cost-effective policy that will protect the developmental needs of Georgia's youngest and earliest learners by limiting excessive screen time in K-5 classrooms and providing teachers with the tools to deliver engaging and hands-on instruction. We're facing a critical imbalance in our elementary classrooms. While technology most certainly has a role in 21st century classrooms, we've crossed a line. In the absence of statewide screen time guidelines, decisions about digital use has been left up to districts and individual teachers without consistent expectations or support or training. As a result, especially in low-income communities and schools, we're seeing an over-reliance on screens for administering assessments and increasing instructional time and usage for classroom learning and data management systems. As a result, consequences are showing up in real time. Students have shorter attention spans, more off-task behavior, declining social skills, and an increased dependence on digital tools just to hold their attention. Studies have shown by the American Academy of Pediatrics that there should be regulations on screen times because there are negative effects on students' cognitive, social, emotional, and physical development. We cannot ignore that Georgia's youngest learners are spending their critical development years engaging with more devices than with their peers. This policy aims to accomplish three clear goals. One, we want to establish clear, age-appropriate guidelines for daily instructional screen time in K-5 classrooms based on recommendations from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Two, we want to provide targeted professional development that equips teachers in implementing low technology, hands-on, play-based instruction where students get to continue to be kids and work in collaborative groups, building on their oral language development through dialogue with their peers and their teachers. And finally, we want to embed screen time and instructional engagement metrics within our assessment tools that already exist, such as our school climate surveys. And we plan to use these metrics to monitor our improvements in several areas. First, we would like to see a reduction in student behavior and engagement. We also would like to track student achievement based off of third grade milestone proficiency scores in both ELA and mathematics. And finally, we hope that this will reduce discipline referrals and off-task behaviors. In order for this policy to work, we propose that the Georgia Department of Education will issue screen time guidelines for K-5 classrooms based off recommendations from the American Academy of Pediatrics. You can see in the table on the screen in the chart that there are certain guidelines by age group. Students in pre-K classrooms, that 3 to 5 age range, should not exceed more than 60 minutes of screen time in a full day, and students 6 years old or above should not exceed 2 hours. Because students have screen time at both home and at school, we propose that the state recommend that school districts do not exceed more than an hour of screen time in schools each day, especially in K-5 settings. The Georgia Department of Education will also deliver training and professional development through RESAs, which are focused on strategies that prioritize hands-on, play-based learning and collaborative models. Implementation will be monitored through the Georgia Leads platform, the teacher evaluation system for our state, which tracks shifts in instructional practice, allowing leaders to provide feedback and support based on real-time data. This policy isn't about eliminating technology, it's about rebalancing the way that we use it with our earliest learners. The evidence is clear that excessive screen time in early childhood is linked to reduced cognitive growth, language delays, and increased distractibility, as well as behavioral issues. Yet the state and federal policies remain inconsistent. While some national plans have encouraged access to more screen time and more Wi Fi use and technology, on the other hand, research is showing the negative effects on student development. This policy is different because it's practical, equitable, and ready to implement now. We will use funding from current resources such as Title I, Title II, and any remaining ESSER dollars that districts have. We want to avoid delays of waiting on new budget lines or legislation. This policy delivers real impact without adding new costs. Thank you for supporting our educators and our students.